Ohayo gozaimasu. I've got a box, it's a big one, and what's inside is a Computron, so let's crack the seal and see if I bought the right one, shall we? There he be, the big red conglomeration of nerds. That is No, it does say Computron. I thought the Japanese one was called something else. Whatever, there he is. Look, Unite Warriors Computron. The second Unite Warriors set I've got, because I still haven't spoken about the Grand Galvatron that I spent loads of money on ages ago. Yeah, woo! I do like the art. I do like the art. All these Unite Warriors sets have got such banging front pieces. Is it by Ken Christensen? Is it one of his? It looks like one of his. I've not seen anyone say who these are by. Let's get a look at them, shall we? Oh. Afterburner is red. That's definitely red.
What to say?
Let's face it, you can't fault the Takara presentation. You know, big old box with a big flap, a big picture, words I can't read. I can recognise the character for G in Japanese, but that's it. They look pretty darn nice, I've got to say. Since, you know, this came out and the Combiner Wars Hasbro one has been around since, well, it seemed to surface first at TF Nation. I saw a few there and I was like, oh, it actually looks quite good in person. So when pieces of this started coming along to compare the two, I was like, I've picked the one with like the blander deco. Yeah, these are the better toys, but you know, is the Hasbro one more fun? Because it's got scrounge, it's got the good hands and feet. I just have a feeling that I would have liked this with the Hasbro hands and feet and mostly the Hasbro decos. Lightspeed is pretty much perfect from what I've seen. I'm pointing to him down here. Because like Steed in the Combiner Wars set looks like hot garbage. But like I would have liked some of the, you know, brown nose cones, some of that red he's got, and definitely the green and orange on Afterburner. And Strafe, I don't know, they all look too pearly white. It's like, no, muddy them up a bit. I want some grunge here. I know you shouldn't really have that on these guys, but I kind of prefer the off-white that all the Hasbro ones have, especially on Scattershot, because the only memory of anything Scattershot I've got is a little Universe Legends one that is pretty much exactly the same colours as the Hasbro one of this. So, let's find out how it gels to my tastes. And I'll crack them open right now and give you a little rundown of my first impressions of them in hand. The thing on the back of the instruction book is essentially, don't forget, Grimlock is their dad. Let's start with Scattershot then, because this is the 5th version of this mold I've got now. Don't even need to look at anything in the instructions because it's all seared in my mind quite thoroughly. Yeah, it's nice. Pearly white and red and big new different guns. New chest, new head, new knees, new wings and bits. These are all rubbery. It feels a bit weird and they don't really want to lock into his back very well, so they're going to flop around all over the place, I can see. But spick and span man, really he's the most boring part of this set because, like I say, this is the 5th version of this particular Jetty McJetman that I've got now, just with different garb to him. So let's crack on to some more interesting stuff, shall we? You already know how much I like the Combiner Wars Wheeljack, so this particular Lightspeed here is already up there as something really, really nice. And the guns you get stick on the side, it's not just a funny knife thing finally. This has got some different weaponry, and he's got 2 of the same, and that looks good, it works. This is such a nice car, and it's like such a perfect shape for Lightspeed as well. It's got to have that front slope and the big bottom lip spoilery bit and the bit on the back and the round windshield and all of that. Yeah, Streetwise mould does not cut it for this. This is the most solid version of this mould I've got now. Completely just, all around, all the joints feel great and his hips aren't wanting to go mental. Yeah, it's nice. Though I'm not sure about the head sculpt, man. It's going to have to take some time to grow on me. Looks a bit third party, not in the good way. Oh, Nosecone! Won't you get a look at this drill? This was one of the big reasons I wanted this set. Yeah, it's It's big and it's shiny. It doesn't spin freely. It's a bit of a shame. It's almost like it's ratcheted. But that's a drill tank right there. It doesn't look anything like Rook. That's amazing. It just sticks some new sides on and a bit that goes on the top and the front. Yeah, that really works. I'm honestly surprised by that. I didn't think it would actually look like an actual vehicle. Rook's quite nice too. I mean, I've just got to say, I'm not a big fan of the Rook mould. Everyone goes mental over Rook. He's alright. I don't think he's that great. This is much better. Just adds some beef where it needs it, and it does look good. Some of the orange is a bit weak deco wise, you know, it's a little bit watered down, a bit like Wheelie. But that's nice. Nice new head. Lots of nice new stuff. And then of course, you go and stick the drill on. Yes! Dat Daruru. Gotta say, so far, everything feels really nice and solid. The Grand Galvatron set I got, it's full of wobbly joints all over the place. And that was just like, oh, it's supposed to be nice, high-end car stuff, and it's just the worst versions of all these molds I've got in one box. So, hopefully, Strafe and Afterburner here will be quite nice. And hopefully I've not spoken too soon there. But they're brand new, more new moulds than like the rest of those lads, so surely they've got to be alright. It's only like the second use of these. That's an interesting spacey jet thing, whatever Strafe is. Yeah, that works for that. I mean, I know this is based, it's mostly blast off, isn't it? I've not touched that blast off. I've got to say, I think Unite Warriors blast off looks rubbish. But this looks swish. Nice orange guns around the front and wings sticking out, yeah. Got to say, the Hasbro Strafe looked like a pretty strong part of that set to me. Like that head sculpt, yes, that is Strafe. This guy with the blue eyes, not so much. So yeah, I'm hoping that this will blow me away a little bit. It better do, otherwise I'll be thinking, oh, the Hasbro one would have probably suited my tastes a bit better. But oh, what a treat! Actually holding a combiner limb guy that I've never actually transformed before, because of course by now I've got like 4 versions of each of them. I haven't, but that's what it feels like, and you know, knowing how to transform all is really, really just second nature now. So to have something brand spanking new like this, yeah, this may be worth the price of admission. Oh, that's pretty good, pretty good. I like what his legs do. That's, I mean, doing that whole sideways folding thing is what all the others do, but that feels really good. He's got ankle tilts and his feet all fold up. Everything just folds up really tight around his legs. Oh, I like that. What I don't like though is his supremely flat, wide, just nothingy expanse of a chest. That really needs just something more than badges on there to break up the red. You know, it's just a little bit flat. Yeah, and his head sculpt is a bit, I don't know. Would have preferred the pointy red visor on there, but it's nice. Yes, if a little skinny in the arms, but it'll grow on me. I'll get used to it, and I'll find what all the different weapon stuff does, because there's ports and stuff littering this guy, so he's going to be a bit of fun. Afterburner then, the possible sticking points in this set. Yeah, he's not red. He should never be red. I don't know exactly how red is going to look to you on a screen once this has been processed. Yeah, it's an orangey red, but it's still red. It's not orange. It should be orange. I don't know what to think about this. I like the windscreeny bit here with the badge on there. That looks slick. It's a cool bike. It's my first bike of Combiner Wars, because I ain't touching that groove. Who cares about that? This could be cool. Could be cool. He's got light piping. Woo! That definitely feels nice, just to finally have one of these lads that has got something going on in the eyes, and that blue is very nice. Yeah, got to say, the green. Again, the green on the Hasbro one. I liked that. But yeah, this is alright. But it's gonna take a bit of getting used to, with just looking at him and thinking, yeah, he's red. And the wheel just sticks on his back. I'm gonna have to fiddle about with that and find a better way to have that there. But again, it's a nice robot, and he's all solid. Like his arms, like this shoulder joint he transforms on is stupidly tight. That's scary. Yeah, don't like that. But once again, a nice slick robot man. Shall we stick them together? Here he is then, the big lad, Computron. This is a nice combiner. This is a nice combiner. Feels like all the hand, feet bits are in the wrong place. Like that's obviously a hand foot that's meant to go with Rook, and then that's like one of Alpha Bravo's ones, which I think would have come with Groove, so that's got to go up there. That is very clearly a breakdown. It's got to go down there, and that's one from Blast Off, so that's got to go up here. So I don't know why they decided to swap that round. Maybe someone at Takara just wasn't paying attention. Like, oh, just stick the feet on anywhere for the pictures, doesn't matter. Do it. We don't have time. So that's how it is. I do like the fact that you've got all the options for combining the guns though. Like you put Scattershot's guns together and there's still ports and pegs all down here. You could probably stick all the others on. I will find a way to do that eventually. But that is something that's been missing from the entirety of Combined Wars and Unite Warriors. And it's like, yes, this. I want all their guns to combine to one big gun for the big guy. That's how it should be. When it comes to the actual Computron bits in the middle here, yeah, it's nice. It doesn't look anything like Superion. You've got all this sort of very kind of almost subtle paint apps with all the biddly 80s techno computer flashing light stuff that goes on his chest here. It's a good looking chest, it's square. You've still got that kind of zigzaggy thing in his abs, which I like. That's like the best visual feature of the Superion chest. And you've got a wider bit down here that makes his middle section look a little bit girthier. Yeah, it looks like a different torso. And his head, it's a really good head sculpt. Kind of still wish they'd put in something to make him look up or down, but it's a nice head sculpt and the ears are one piece and they're plastic, not rubber, so that feels better. But I'm not entirely sure about his ratchets in his hips. Do you see that wobble? Yeah, Getting him to stand up in some good poses might be a bit difficult. There's obviously a little bit of play in the joints here, but overall, it's nice. It's nice. It definitely feels swish. It definitely feels like it's got a bit of that high-end polish to it. The decos are nice. All the paint apps are crisp. I mean, crisp, I guess, is the only way to put it. You know, it's all very neatly delineated, bright colours, good contrast, all that kind of thing. Where I think I would have been just happy with, a little bit of the grunge that the Hasbro one has. And in my head, Computron has yellow eyes and a red face, so yeah, deco choices here are things I'm going to have to live with because I hate toon accuracy. I wish Takara would just stop it and please do something else. Yeah, okay, at least it separates things. If you want toon accurate stuff, you go for Takara. If you want toy accurate stuff, you go for Hasbro. There's a neat divide down the middle of those two. But then every so often that kind of blurs and gets crossed and Hasbro want to do something that looks a bit more toon. And then it's like, oh, you're left with just not enough options? I don't know. Starting to justify third-party things there, aren't I? Yeah, I don't know. Computron was definitely something which made me sweat. I spent a lot of time, mostly at work by myself, thinking, I don't know which one I want because there's genuinely good things about both. So going for this one was a bit of a leap of faith, and I'm glad I did because in a tactile sense, in the sense of toys to play with, I knew this offers so much more than the Combined Wars one would have done. Combined Wars one might have been nicer to look at on a shelf, but this is so much nicer to play with because it's like 3 out of 5 toys are basically new, and the rest of it is very much heavily extra new stuff as well. So yeah, I think the whole impetus to choose this one when I did pre-order it, that was fueled by me getting bored with just the repaints of Combined Wars, was probably the right call to make. But who knows, maybe I'll go mad and go and get the Hasbro one anyway and stick my hands and feet on here, stick Afterburner on here and make a perfect one. Oh god. Is it good enough? You've got to be good enough. I hope so. Now the time for it to grow on me and for me to find out exactly how good it really is by spending hours with it commences, and we shall see what happens. Did I make the right choice? Kind of feels like it, man. Arigato. You might be able to tell, I really quite like it.